It's Maggie. In my life, I've read some very, very good books that I think you guys should totally read. I seriously have so many that this list was so hard to put together, but here are just a few of them. Most of the books that I'm going to be talking about I got at the library, so I don't have a physical copy, but I'll just put the name of the book and the author on screen somewhere. And the first book that I'm going to be talking about, which I just finished reading a couple days ago, I Am Malala, girl who stood up for education and was shot by the Taliban. Malala is from Pakistan. The Swat Valley where she lives was taken over by the Taliban, which was trying to ban all of these things, especially girls' education, which she was actually an activist for and still is. From news stories, we get like 15 seconds of the story, but with this book, you get a much more historical and front view of the whole story, which makes it so much more powerful. Next book that I'm going to be talking about is Unwind. If you like those kind of like twisted, interesting books, this book is really for you. This is my favorite fictional book in a dystopian world where you can send your kids to this factory to be unwound. And what unwinding is when they remove all of your body parts individually and they can be used for prosthetics or whatever. And parents can unwind their kids for any reason, but the most popular ones are because they're bad and you can't deal with them anymore, if they're orphans and nobody's adopted them at a certain age, or it can be a religious thing. The next book I really wish I had with me right now, but I'm loaning it to a friend because it's another one of my favorite memoirs, which I've probably talked about so much. It is Really Professional Internet Person by Jen McAllister. But as Jen X Pen on YouTube, this book tells about her life story and how she got to where she was and how she dealt with anxiety when she was younger, bullying, and the decision to move to LA. It's just more of a relatable type of book and you're like, oh, I feel that way too, but it's gonna be okay. Great book for advice. Also, if you are a smaller YouTuber like me, this book is also really helpful because it gives you a lot of tips on how to grow your channel and how to deal with all the stuff that comes along with having a YouTube channel. My next book is the whole Hunger Games series, but in particular, Catching Fire. That book is my absolute favorite. They really deserve it. I feel like a lot of times books become popular that aren't really good and it's just like one thing in them that kind of made it take off. The Hunger Games is where they take children 12 to 18 and they put them in this giant arena and they have to fight to the death. Catching Fire is the sequel to the Hunger Games, and it's hard to tell without spoilers. The next book I read a really long time ago, but I wanted to put it on this list because it's really stuck with me, and it's When You Reach Me. Not only do you get the relatableness of like the young people's struggles, but then you also get the twisted time traveling aspect of this book, which I think makes it really interesting. The next book I also read a really long time ago, it's The Tale of Despereaux, and this author actually wrote me a letter because when I was younger, I wrote her a letter about how much I love this book, and I had to put this book on here not only because I love it, but I also love the author. My personal favorite part of this is the style of writing. Everything just flows, and it's like nice to the ear. Another cool thing about this is it kind of has multiple stories in one book and they all tie together, but the main focus of it is Despereaux is this mouse, and it's a cute book, but it also has a lot of more mature themes in it, which I think is so cool. My next one, another really popular book this year, is Divergent. The Hunger Games and Divergent are very closely tied together. I mean, they're completely different stories, but they're very similar, so if you like one of them, I would recommend reading the other one because then I know you will love it. It is about a dystopian future where they're set up into factions, and they have, the different factions are different qualities of a person that split you up, and everything is working out perfectly, but it's really not. And this book is like a classic of our generation. The next book is another one of those books that I feel like everybody of all ages should read, and it is The Giver. I've read it multiple times and I just love it every single time. The Giver is about this futuristic place where everything is perfect and the society is perfect and everything works out, and they don't have a past memory of way past. So there's this person in the town that keeps all of those memories, and it is about this boy named Jonas who is chosen to be the giver, and that is a huge responsibility, and it endures a lot of pain and a lot of suffering, all about kind of changing society and realizing that maybe it's not so perfect. Next book I also read a long time ago, but it has stuck with me. It's Number the Stars, and this is about World War II, basically at its crime, but it's about these two girls. One's Jewish, one is, I don't know what her religion is, but she's not Jewish. It's like reading a bunch of different biographies off of World War II without actually reading them, and reading a more story-like story, and I just really liked that book. Alright guys, those are my favorite books. I hope you read them, and I'm stocking up for the new year. These are some books that I'm looking forward to reading. I have 3 books written by YouTubers with me today. I have one by Binge, Tyler Oakley, A Work in Progress, Connor Franta, and I Hate My Selfie, Shane Dawson. I'm really looking forward to reading these. And then I also have The Danish Girl, and actually a movie out right now, and the main character is played by Eddie Redmayne, who is in Les Mis, another one of my favorite movies. Alright guys, that is pretty much it for this week's video. Comment down below if you read any of these books, or if you haven't, just tell me your favorite book, because I am always looking for new books to read. Bye!